Alright, BBPN, here we are, Nurgle Division, week number 15. Yeah, they've been moving on a wee bit here, as the drive to finally qualify for the big season finals comes on. Guess what we've got here? A magical dome, so ignore the weather, it doesn't mean nothing. And boy, are the Khemri glad for that one. As we all know, Khemri, they love pouring rain. They love it so much. Kind of like how Panda loves herpes, anyway. Meanwhile, the Dwarves here have developed themselves quite the impressive little team here. As you can see, they've had a rather interesting drive getting to this point, including this. They have indeed had to replace a death roller from the death of all things. Normally that would be something you'd do end your season, but instead, well, they just found a way to carry on. 3 rerolls, pot getting in, of course, many players, and you can see it's the traditional lots of gold, but a couple of other crazy skills here and there. It's an interesting choice. Meanwhile, Khemri. Well, what can we say? They're the dirtiest team in football. Let's get this started in here. Alright, kick-off return. Let's go find the ball. And what's going to happen today? Now, Rookie gets a free reroll. How exciting. That's going to give him 4. And you can see he's got +2 fame. And he's got the wizard. What could possibly go wrong this game? And as I say that, you know exactly something's going to go wrong.
Phrasing?
Well, it's just the way it's going to be. Anytime I actually get encouraged and hopeful for the team. And the Tomb Guardians, well, as you can see, it's been a bit of his fun he's had with the Tomb Guardians, trying to get them to skill up. 2 have started doing something, the rest of them, well, not really. There we go, solid drive right into his face.
You just made the list!
And let's see if we can get him off the field. No, not today. Well, it was worth a try. And yeah, if you're at home, you're looking at this going, what's that? Yeah, you've got it. 1, 2, 3 dirty players on the Khemri team. Some would say that's overkill. Some. I'm not one of them. Just saying. Alright, Mr. Mobile here. He's attached a couple of rollerblades now. Really? We're doing this already? Well, that worked.
Oh, yes!
And it's an immediate apothecary on that one there. He's still going to miss a game, unfortunately. Yeah, definitely unfortunately for him. Oh, well, fine job there, lad. Of course, here's the good news. That's the foul, of all things. Which unfortunately doesn't do anything.
Sloppy!
Oh, well, that's quite alright. Let's hear it for Chainsaw. It had to use a double, and he doesn't get ejected. Isn't it a beautiful thing? Unfortunately, I think the Dwarves have their own idea of what a beautiful thing it really is. And they're going to try that. They're definitely going to try that themselves. Alright. So what have the Dwarves got in store for us today? Well, who knows? Hopefully death, lots of death. It is a promising start. At least from the Khemri's viewpoint. For the Dwarves, maybe not so much. They would like to pay it back. Now, you can see what's probably going to happen here. Now, he's not going to waste the Chainsaw doing the foul, but he's got perfectly good dirty players to do the business for him. So, here he is, basically moving up, protect the ball for a while, and try and burn more of his team out. It's not a bad strategy. In fact, it's pretty much the strategy for the Khemri team. But he'd like to get a solid blow in. He's not happy just hanging around here doing nothing. He'd like to hit something. How about you, Tulips? No? Just getting here a push. Well, that's a wee bit disappointing. So he's decided he's going to pick on a new target. And yeah, you got it. It's the Troll Slayer. Because, well, if he's going to lie down on the job, he's about to get what he deserves. Yes, the Chainsaw comes on, moving on up. Does he do the attack? No, of course not. That's what this lad's for. And let's see if he gets the good solid boot in. Good job.
And you fail.
Well, he's not dead, and that's unfortunate anyway, compared to any other coach's desire at that point. But still no ejection, and the game drives on. Meanwhile, Death Roller. This is called remembering how the game is played, and there's something called a football. Well done, Dwarves. Well done. I'll give you full credit for that one. Makes good use of the break tackle and shoves his way through into what he figures is a much better position. He might not be wrong either. And now here come the rest of the Dwarves. And you can see, what is their plan? Well, the plan generally is to try and get near this football thing. It might be important to the game. The Khemri, of course, have other ideas, and quite frankly, that means a good solid fisting. There we go, little solid punch. Down he goes. And now the Khemri, well, they basically now have to decide, well, do you want to score this now and force the early ejection of the Death Thrower? I think your answer is likely yes on that. The problem is you've got this other perfectly good player who, quite frankly, doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Crap!
And of course he's quite dead. Well, there's a rage out from Learcastle on that one. Complete and total rage out. And so much for that player. That takes care of that problem. Well, hopefully the check has not cleared yet. That's all I'll say on that one. Well, Dwarves, you've actually got a strange opportunity. How far do you want to go? You do have options. They're rather interesting, but it depends just how crazy the Dwarf coach wants to go. How about that one?
Aye, sir.
Yeah, well, it worked alright. And the regeneration does actually fail. Khemri have now suddenly got themselves down 2 players this drive. Fails the Dauntless straight into his skull.
Clearly, Tassadar has failed us. You must not.
Well, you're lucky you're still alive, chap, but that does give the chance for the Khemri to, well, try and get out of this one. However, take a look, you can see, they have mocked things up rather nicely. This might be a problem. Instead of using the break tackle, he decides to go for the block here. It's a good hit, but now he does have to bring players to try and take care of the Death Roller problem, which this one with break tackle would have done very nicely. And now you see, here's craziness at its best, and he gets the result he needs. Well bloody done.
Crap!
And yeah, he's running away with the ball again. Well, off he goes. And he's bringing a bit of an escort up here, but as you notice, this is not exactly a perfect scenario. But then again, considering what's happening this drive, I don't think it's working out quite the way he wants. Well, what has it ever worked out the way he wants? He's a Khemri team. Well, push me, bugger off, and the stunty ones, they're off doing their job one more time. Alright, push me, push you. Dwarves do have an interesting idea. I'm not sure if it's a good one, but they do try. And there's many re-rolls into... Oh, God.
Gotta go. Me too.
Oh, well, that's what happens. The Dwarves, you have to admit, did have a plan. That wasn't part of it, though, not by a long shot. And now, here we go again.
Silence! I kill you!
Well, he does try. Alright, has to re-roll that. 1 in 9, there you go. It's a solid push. And now the Khemri have to get a wee bit conservative. They do have to guard the ball carrier, which indeed they're actually doing. Well done. And now they're trying to, well, they're hoping to take care of the problem. The Dwarves are down all over the field. I thought I'd say that again. No, well, that's what they get for sticking their noses in other people's business. Or is that Avlin's? Anyway. Push me, push you. Suddenly, the dice seem to have chilled a wee bit here. 4,000 ways to die. Khemri are not getting the blocks they want. Well, there's finally a hit. And they finally got him. And blessed be the thick skull, he's still on the pitch. And there's another solid hit. The Dwarves, and the Dwarves, well, how do you want to deal with this? There's really not much they can do. Maybe a risky play. That'd be a hell of a long shot, wouldn't it? He can tag him off. Don't get me wrong, he can do it, but does he want to? There we go. Death Roller trying to earn its pay. Fails the loner. As you can see, 3 re-rolls for the Dwarves are gone. Well, that hasn't worked, has it?
I can't shoot straight unless I've had a pint.
And he fails the... Oh my god, he's dead, Jim. Someone get the phaser. Yeah, that one is a good one there. There's definitely some enjoyment there. And yeah, the crowd's having a good laugh at that one. One very dead dwarf. This is not his day indeed. Dwarves are having a hell of a day. And notice he's still holding the wizard. So if you think things are going all one way, no, Nuffle hates both of them very equally. He's making that pretty clear right now. Alright, Khemri. Trying everything to get 3 good solid dice into the Troll Slayer. Yes, it's good, it's a hit. And how you feeling? Oh well.
You are not prepared!
And there we go, it's the quick run, and he's kind of stuck. Apparently it's a line of salt. Someone clean that bloody up. Ah well, here we go, one more time. How you feeling now today? No?
Crap!
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. And meanwhile, behind the scenes, uphill, and he actually got the damn thing. Not bad at all.
Dun, dun, dun.
And that is unleashed the Tomb Guardian to get one more solid punch in. Down goes the poor stunting lad. And, well, the hairy bastards are having a hell of a day. You notice he had 2 reserves. Not for long, is he? Oh, well, don't worry. The Dwarves definitely like to get this one.
Burning, looting, bombing, shooting.
And you saw that right. That is now the 3rd failed regeneration roll. So it's definitely not all going one way. This is getting deadly both ways. Yeah, sure, the Dwarves are down 2 players, but quite frankly, the Khemri are down 3. Is there going to be any teams left for the second half? Well, that's going to make for a great battle there in the Nurgle, isn't it? Okay. Khemri. Well, you're still holding that 1 reroll, so you're deciding, you know what? Me fist. It's a good friend of mine. I've had it for a long time. Yes, it is. Alright, come on, cameraman. Get back on the play there. He was just walking, alright? There we go. Push me, push you. And yeah, you've got this right. Yeah, he's going to go and beat on him a few more times. Did you get him this time? Oh, come on. And then for some reason you decided to chuck Fireball in because, well, reasons. Oh well, Dwarves can get back into this one, we think. Maybe. No guarantees of that one, actually. Dwarves have decided at this point here, it's not happening. But that can happen there.
You've got a chip on your shoulder.
Yes, and a bit of fish, too.
Well, if it's going to get ejected, you might as well make some use of it. And yep, you can see what he does. Foul the Tomb Guardian, because this has now become what the Dwarf coach has clearly seen in a 100% attrition war. Well, the Dwarfs wanted a fight. They've got a fight. Solid punching the Tomb Guardian. Down he goes. And meanwhile, bring a couple more lads up here. Not really much else you can do there. I don't know why you blasted the fireball there. You might need it later. Well, I guess he figures the way this game's going. Why not? Must be an Australian thing. Oh, well, stuff that in the stubby. And there we go. Time to score that one in. And indeed, it is in. Alright, well, Khemri are done celebrating that one. Well done, well driven. Dwarves have got to be wondering what the fuck is showing up today. Well, quite frankly, Khemri team with a grudge. Well, we can see that. Constable Ed, he is done with that. Sorry, lad, but off the pitch because the other one's already dead. And that's considered a fair cop at this point, yeah, because he goes, well, the other one is dead. Don't worry, they could put Hacker back later. And let's turn this around here. Alright, Dwarves, what are the odds? Well, probably not so good. However, you can get a couple of good shots in, and maybe, just maybe, I'll endorse this here, continue the attrition war, because the Khemri did have, past tense, 3 reserves. Not anymore, they don't. Dwarves now down to 10 players, thanks to the ejection there by a fine upstanding Constable Ed. And it's time to see it for 4. Alright lads, let's see how you do here. Solid kick, where's this going? Oh Christ, it's a blitz, really?
Who called the cops?
Well, I had enough of that one. It's face it, you know. He's not in a blitz, so normally be a great fanfare, except, well, in this case. Well, there's a solid punch. Does sweet bugger all. I'm sorry. You know, I'm starting to wonder what's holding these bones together, and I'm thinking it's lots and lots of beer. Alright, Troll Slayer. You're going to have to do something to actually even these odds up. And that's not it, lad. One more solid run. Push mate, push you. Well, sweet bugger all that does. He might be tempted to foul at this rate. Now what? You might as well go for the cheese bleaching. You got nothing better to do. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then do you decide to go for it? Well, maybe. Yeah, you do. You got it. There's the throw.
And you fail.
That summed it up right there. Hey, what a game so far, lads. Off to the showers, or the dust, whatever it is they're going off to. 1-0 so far, end of the first half here. Khemri are giving it what for, but it has cost them. Mind you, they look at that and go, that's a pretty sight indeed. I think the Khemri are alright with that one. Alright, Dwarves, here we go. Round 2. Can you drive this one in? Now, here's the challenge to the Dwarves. Can you actually go for the win? It depends on the aggression of the coach. The coach is well known for trying out a couple of crazy things. And funny enough, he does have movement increases on this Dwarf team, so it actually is a team designed to even do, maybe go for 2. They just have to get the fucking ball. And admittedly, they're facing Khemri, so this is not such a far-fetched idea. Stick a tail on him, you can call him a fox. So maybe he can pull it off. Maybe. Well, that's what we watch the broadcast for here, ladies and girls. And let's see what the kick does today. Are we going to get yet another one? There we go. Alright, it's a freebie, so might as well just go and get the ball.
If you don't like it, don't fucking watch it!
Well, we do like this one here. There we go. Free chance to catch the ball. Of course, Fumble Fingers drops it. Oh, my God. What the hell's wrong in you?
Look, there's me drink. Get in my belly!
Well, he's trying that, alright, but he's just not getting the results. So far, Khemri armor, well... Oi! What the hell was that for?
I'll take care of it.
Well, guess what? That's the one regeneration that actually works. No surprises there. Alright, solid punch. Down he goes, and you got another one. Not bad.
Move your arse.
Well, indeed. And I think the Dwarves are getting a bit more happy of how this is going. Yeah, definitely a bit of an oops on their part. But a swing of 2 injuries, regeneration works. But for the nature of this drive, that's going to help. And I got to admit, it's a couple of good skill points. They'll take it. Alright, Dwarf got the ball. It's always nice when the stubby little things get the thing. And it looks like they're going to now wait a turn and then decide which way they want to go. Because scary as it is, this is a Dwarf team that can outrun Khemri. Let's see if he decides to make use of it here. Meanwhile, Khemri, well, 4 Tomb Guardians, and he's got no fear of using them. Well, how about 2 dice? No? Would you like to try it again? And now it's time to, as you can see, there's no delusion of screening here. The Khemri just want to get scrummed in and beat up Dwarves. Not like that's a bad thing here. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, in fact. I think it's quite an admirable trait. Beat up Dwarves. I'm for it. I'd highly endorse that. It's like, yeah, an argument there about, you know, people are concerned about, you know, what I think about the, you know, escalating in violence in the Blood Bowl leagues in the BBPN. Well, I'd say I'm for it. There needs to be more violence and more death in this league. Meanwhile, back on the field here. The Dwarves, well, they do have to score it here. From their view, they've at least gotten some commitment, if you can call it that. And they're trying to blast a hole through, but it's not quite working, because they keep falling down on the same bloody square. Well, so far so good. There's another one down. Good solid punching. But the Dwarves end up not advancing, so for all that effort, they got nowhere. And so, from the Khemri's viewpoint here, they just continue collapsing the cage in. And I think they're quite alright with that. More solid push me, push you. How about you, Twinkle Toes? Well, that's going to hurt in the morning. There we go. And he's taking him down. And yes, you can see what's going on here. Another blitz away. And then you can see laying the boots in is probably the way to go today. Well, he pushes him in. Keeps things scrummed up. It's a good decision. Brings another player back. He'd like to keep this one alive. And yeah, it's time to lay old boots in here. Here we go. Did you get him this time? Oh, God.
And you fail.
Yeah, you got it. Constable Ed has caught that one. He said, you know what? Enough of that. Get off the pitch. Sigh. Well, I can already see the rage going on over there about that call going, what? I paid you last week. Well, I get it. Fortunately, Constable Ed's wife has very expensive habits and hobbies. Alright, Dwarves. Well, the way this is keeping up, that's about as lucky as you're going to get on this drive for the removal. You've gotten rid of 3 the hard way. And mostly the enjoyable way, too, when you're at it. Okay, here we go. Solid Frenzy. Down goes the Tomb Guardian. Can you make it 2? Well, no. No, fortunately not. And the Dwarves decide they're going to keep scrumming this up. Now, it's an interesting thought why he goes there. His answer is, well, this person can actually move. Let's keep him back here, shall we? That's a lot of down Tomb Guardians and 1-die blocks. Oh, I think the Khemri are getting quite sick of this. Yeah, but look at this. He's getting stuck right back in again. Basically, the Khemri are saying, we're not done with you yet, and we're going to try and give you a good solid fisting.
How could this happen?
Oh, jeez.
Nine, 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 nine.
Well, double one. That solves the Dwarf's problem, and he's off. And there's only one player can even catch him, and I don't think the Dwarves are going to let that happen anytime soon. I'd like to see a cage dive. No, really, I'd like to see it. Not happening? Well, fuck. Meanwhile, Dwarves closing back in. They figured, well, there's the 1 touchdown, but then they have to go get the ball back. It's a promising idea. Oh, here we go. And there was a good solid hit.
For Iron Forge!
And that gets rid of another player. Well, suddenly things are looking way up here. 2 dice. Well, he re-rolls that because this is a player he wants rid of. Didn't work, did it? Oh well, you can dare to live the dream. And now, finally, here we go. Dwarf Slayer. Let's see if he can do something. Is he a Guardian Slayer? Well, not really. Come on, get back on the screen there, camera. Thank you. How about you? And again, 1-die block comes through for the Dwarves. They've been remarkably lucky with those ones today. Down to 1 reroll, though. It's a bit of an uphill fight. Khemri, well, I don't think you're stopping this one, but you got to at least make it a threat. Somehow, I'm not too sure how. Well, how about meet the fistings? And yeah, here he comes, diving in, 2 dice. And unfortunately, he's run into a dodge. That's a bit of a problem, isn't it?
I can do that.
But it does give him a chance to bring in a high-speed player to be a bit of a threat. So, That's not a good way to start there. Dwarves finally do double skull. Well, so much for the good dice and 1 dice. 2 dice, they suck. But they can continue the pressure. Another good solid fisting in the front. Well done, and they do get to bring another dwarf in. Makes the GFI. I risk that one. Well, he's going to do it the old-fashioned way, and the old-fashioned way, of course, is using your fists. And that appears to have worked. But now you've got a problem. Do you score or do you wait? Now the answer is... you stare at the fucking thing. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's going to work. Well, Dwarves are happy with that one.
They're dead.
Well, not quite. He already was dead before the game started. But you know what? You can't tell some days. Okay, Khemri. Well, it's a lost cause. Maybe. However, if they can bring a few more of these Tomb Guardians back in, maybe, just maybe, they can give the Dwarves a bit of a scare. There we go. Up here. 2 dice. Another good solid hit. Now he's feeling that one in the morning.
Destroyed.
But he does fail that one. So let's try that again. Makes the dodge away. Here we go, over the top. It's 1 die. And... no, sorry.
Decimated.
It was a great thought. Oh, I don't doubt it's a great thought. But it does give the Dwarves a bit of a problem. Do you want to hurry up and score this thing? Because the Khemri aren't going to stop and break tackle. They seem to have forgotten a little detail there. Meanwhile, back of the play. They still can't get this one. Oh well, practice, practice, practice. At first you don't succeed, use a bigger hammer. And the hammer is apparently his penis. Which is apparently not working. Apparently Knuckles' wang's bigger than anything else. Ah, there we go. Push me, push you. Dauntless, another time. Finally, he figures out where his fist is supposed to go. And he's taking care of that one. And the Dwarves continue a relentless assault here. There we go. Good solid punch.
Eat hot death.
Ah, he's stunned. After the flurry of that first turn on this half here, it's not happening just the way he wants anymore. Now, can the Khemri stop this? The answer is hell yes, they've got great tackle. He's got no rerolls, but he certainly can make life miserable. So he starts bringing more players back just in case. And there's the crazy. And the diving tackle for once does not work.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
And then he trips, of course.
Sloppy.
You know, it's not your day, is it? Not your day at all. Well, maybe it is, maybe it's not. But yeah, it's got to be frustrating. All that effort, even get past the diving tackle, and you still fail. Well, meanwhile, the scrum continues over here on the sideline. And the scrum continues in the centre of the field. The Khemri, surprisingly, are keeping this one tied up. Literally. And the Dwarves have finally got to score this one. Because enough is enough. Yeah, well, they can celebrate. They have managed to get the score. Not when they really wanted to, but he did come to conclusion with the break tackle there. There was every good chance the Khemri Tomb Guardian could try again, and maybe this time not triple his own entrails. Dried and as atrophied as those bloody things are. And let's face it, it's a Khemri team. Yes, you've given them 2 turns. I'll grant that. But do you see any AG increase on any of them? No, not really. Ball handling's not exactly the star thing, is it there? Well, let's see how this goes. Alright, there we go. There's Keck, go get the ball there, Sunshine. And what we got today. Come on out of the rafters. Now changing weather, which does absolutely nothing.
Fantastic.
But lands. Oh, it's a touchback. Well, that's going to help.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
And you see exactly what he does. Goes straight to the movement 8 player. Suddenly the Dwarves have got a problem. They've got to stop this. Now, granted, no rerolls. So this is going to be absolute fanatical play. How potato can you go? Hold my beer. Watch this. And he's off. That is one hell of a run there, lad. Meanwhile, as you can see, the rest of the Khemri team, well, they've got a plan. Shift a good one, but it is a plan nonetheless. They have to mock this one up. This is the one they've really got to mock up. Well, he made it, GFI. And now he continues the punching because he needs to get this player to mock that one up. And he did a fine job of that one.
Executed with impunity.
And the Khemri continue moving on up. Oh, he's going to make his life miserable, isn't he? Yeah, unfortunately, one too many, and well, there he goes.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Well, fortunately for him, it's only a KO, but was that one too many? Maybe. That could have been it. He risks the GFI. He does get in a position. Now he's going to risk this one. 2 dice. Really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could dodge with him. Or was this what you were so worried about? Because guess what skill he's got? You got it, diving tackle. Oh well. Let's see if he can clean this one up. Yes, he can. Big, huge fight. And here we go. In for the score. Oh, looks like Khemri are going to win this one. Bit of a victory lap indeed. Yeah, well, that's Khemri for you. You don't know what's going to find out. I can see why the Dwarf coach was really looking at that situation going, do you risk that dodge? 2 cracks at a 5, but it's a clear one. Or do I take the more likely dodge, but it's 2 GFIs? It's an interesting debate, isn't it? Well, he's going to be debating that one for a while, but fortunately, I think his team's doing fairly well. So there you go. Final result, 2-1. Khemri finally pulls one out of that one there, but look at the deaths. It's an interesting day. Score's going to be delighted. Anyway, Norfolk, bless your dice.